What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got a zombie versus scrap duel for you guys to check out. Not gonna lie, I think that scraps is probably one of my favorite decks to actually just watch. I feel like it's incredibly explosive, and I kind of like these cards are being summoned, they're blowing themselves up, they're summoning other cards, and none of the effects are hard once per turn, so you're like, that can be abused, that can be abused. And every time I see Scrap Golem hit the field, I know something special is going to happen. So it's up against zombies, and I kind of feel like if you're playing a zombie deck right now, your main objective should be getting Baller Drop on the field and then having Zombie World, because that card basically gives you 2 disruptions and it can be summoned from the graveyard every turn in that instance. So you don't even need it on the field at that point. Like, you can just have it in your graveyard with Zombie World face up. It looks like he is going to try to get to that. He has to use Burial on just one card, which is never really ideal. He goes for Vampire Sucker, looking to draw some cards, goes for the Zombie Master. I believe he's going to trade everything in for Saryuja Skull Dread. You guys know I'll say this in every single video that I ever see this in. I am not a fan of these plays because I feel like if you're playing against any deck that just, like, if you're playing against any meta deck, Impermanence, Ash Blossom, or Veiler, you will 100% lose the duel right here, because with a Saryuja Skull Dread plus an Ash Blossom, literally any deck in the meta is going to take a shit on your head. It's just not going to work. So I'm not a fan of these high risk Saryuja Skull Dread plays, because I feel like against good players, they'll just like destroy you. But he is able to get Baller Drop on the field because of that. And I think right now he's desperately trying to dig for a way of getting Zombie World activated. I feel like that's the reason he goes for this Desperation Minerva play, but it's not going to happen. I think he was looking for his Banshee so that he could get his Banshee in the graveyard, banish her, and then get Zombie World, because if he has Zombie World right here, I actually feel like this is a pretty decent turn 1 board, even though he does go -1. I feel like the Baller Drop could probably carry him to a victory because it's 2 negations, but without that, scraps are not a deck that you want to like not have negations against, because they can do some pretty ridiculous things. And again, no hard once per turns in the archetype. This is actually going to be mean what he's going to do to his opponent. He's going to go ahead, he's going to force Scrap Searcher on his opponent's side of the field. Obviously, Scrap Searcher blows up his opponent's entire board. Well, it doesn't blow up the scrap monsters, but unfortunately his opponent had no scrap monsters on the field. Now he's going to go for Scrap Wyvern. He probably is going to blow up his own Scrap Searcher at that point. And now he has an open field and scraps against an open field. He doesn't even need to go for a bunch of spicy extra deck plays. Well, he had the Needle Fiber, but he's able to just completely wreck his opponent. And the big difference in this duel was the fact that he never got Zombie World out. If you don't have Zombie World, I feel like zombies are, you know what? It's very similar to Spiral Phantasm, isn't it? Like, if you have Spiral Phantasm is a deck that when you have Pacifist on the field kind of feels like maybe a tier 1.5 deck, but if you don't have the field spell out like Zombie World, it just kind of feels like a real shitty deck. So you guys take that for what it's worth. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the short duel. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.